Yes, so welcome back. Yes, and here we have the Harrisburg Gallery Walk on Saturday, September the 12th. The 33rd annual Gallery Walk will take place with 19 venues, um, coordinated by the Art Association. Gallery Walk is a popular citywide free tour of diverse exhibitions exhibit exhibitions, yeah, venues from Shapoki to Midtown, and maps will be available at. I'm sorry, and the maps will be available for everybody who comes there. And this is September the 12th, 21 North Front Street. Now this also sounds like a fun thing to for everybody to take the family to wherever.
You
You
can
know,
learn the art of
you want
different
to know
people,
different people. Sure.
famous cultures.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it would be interesting to go to.
yeah. Very interesting. Most definitely. Okay, so Miss Janine, can you tell us what's been happening in the news?
Well, since this is 9/11, and
Mm-hmm.
we have lived through a lot of different things, I want to talk about an article that I
Okay.
read this morning that talked about a young girl who
Okay.
had come to America, and she was Muslim. She went into a store.
Mm-hmm.
She had her garb on that they wear,
Mm-hmm.
and the store owner was nice to her superficially at first,
Mm-hmm.
but after she and her family left, they called the police
Wow.
and said there was suspicious activity. So it turned out that the policeman investigated and found that
Wow. Wow.
the family didn't do anything wrong. Well, that part's fine. However, this girl has had to live with this memory. And I just was thinking, you can talk to somebody. This is cultural profiling or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
racism
Yeah.
in a different way. And I bet if you'd ask 90% of the American people, they'd say, I'm not racist. What are
Mm-hmm.
you talking
Yeah.
about? But we have to be careful about the thoughts that dance through our heads.
Yes.
And we've got to bring them down
Mm-hmm.
when we know that they're judging or
Judging. Yes.
whatever, and let go of that. Um, I've seen people called ragheads that are of that culture. And what was the other one when did you say?
You're talking about those sand monkeys. Yeah.
Sand monkeys.
Yeah.
That is so wrong. And
Yeah.
a lot of times people judge other people by the decisions that the leaders
Mm-hmm.
of the country are
Mm-hmm.
making.
Yeah.
And the leaders of the countries a lot of times are out for power and politics and control
Mm-hmm.
and everything that that is in between that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that the people
Yes.
of the government feel that way. And I want to be so careful of that in my own life and
Yeah.
just be open to express and accept people for
Mm-hmm.
who they are.
Who they are. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
I-
Go ahead, Janine. Go ahead. No.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think we've come a long way since the Twin Towers were plowed into by the airplanes. But we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, we do. And and I say this, and even way before the Twin Towers has happened, I just think that people just sort of treat people. If everybody could just get this one little sentence in their mind, treat people the way you want to be treated. It's really a powerful statement. It really is, but people say it, like just offhandedly and not really think about it. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and if everybody could do that, this would be a whole hell of a better world to live in. Seriously, if you say to yourself, "Do I want somebody to hate me because of my color? No, then I shouldn't. Do I want to have something against somebody because they're way overweight? No, I wouldn't like that either. Do I just ask yourself these questions, and the answer will be no. So why would you want to treat somebody mean or treat them different if you wouldn't want them to treat you that way? If everybody could just say that to themselves, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. My mother said to us all the time, you know, and it just stuck with me. You know, I don't want to be mistreated. I don't want to mistreat nobody just for, you know, certain reasons, a stupid reason really. We're all different. And I think that if everybody was the same, this would be a boring world to be living in. If we looked the same, everybody did the same. Seriously, we're not learning anything really because everybody does the same thing. You're eating the same food, you're dressing the same way, you got the same language. How boring is that really, for real? Everybody has their own way of living, their own cultures. I think that's fabulous. I really do. You know, and
I had
yes.
something happen which is veering off the track just a tad from Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
But my neighbor, I pulled in the driveway a couple of nights ago, and this little knocks on the door scared the daylights out of me because it was late at night or 9 o'clock at night. But anyway, to cut a long story short, the neighbor invited me over for some dessert.
Okay.
And their
They
dessert
like
was
dessert.
done in a frying pan with
Okay.
oil on the floor, a
Okay.
one pan about that size.
Yeah.
And they were making some kind of donut. And they
Wow.
fried up a bunch of them and then put powdered sugar over them. And they were so excited
Yeah.
to let me try it. And then he said, after I ate 2 small ones, he said, "You want more?" I said, "Oh, no, thank you, I'm full." But they were delicious. So they speak in the language they speak
Yeah.
in. And he talked to his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, they're going to give me some. They didn't give me some, they gave me
A
a
lot.
mountain full of them. I'm telling you, they were heaped in a plate
Oh
like
my
that.
goodness.
But the point of the story is, I didn't sit there and think, "Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not what I eat."
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, I was open to the
Yes.
culture, and it was good.
That's
but I
not-
was
yes,
willing to try.
exactly.
I opened up my heart.
Yeah.
So-
There's a beauty in all that, you know. It's
So, I guess that's the message. Just when you see somebody that's different than you,
yeah.
don't be so judgmental and derogatory and arrogant. Because
Exactly.
they deserve to be here on earth as much as we do.
And just say to yourself, treat people the way you want to be treated. Because none of us on this planet is better than the next. I mean, if God wanted everybody to be the same, he'd have done it that way. But he
Right.
didn't. He gave us a array of different things, different foods, different people, different colors, and different backgrounds. And that's a learning thing.
It is.
You can't learn from something that's the same, you know. And so yes, and so on the other side of the news, Janine.
Yes. But,
Yeah.
let's
Um,
have it.
You know, well, Harrisburg, you know, they had closed their doors down because they said it was the shooting and the kids were saying, well, no, Miss Nadine, the first day, you know, they were fighting, and then somebody got stabbed, and then the very next day when they came in, they said, we didn't go to school there because they closed down because it was a shooting. And I'm like, how long? I shouldn't even ask the question of how long will this go on, because I know this is going to be in and out of the school season, the school year, But my question is, how many times are they going to close the school down, close the school up?
Those children can't afford to have the school closed down. They were off for 1 full year.
Yeah.
When everybody else had gone back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was March or April. They didn't
Yeah.
have a long time.
Right.
But Harrisburg never opened their
No.
doors. And I could go into, but I'm not going to today, what it's like to teach online.
Yeah.
The children are not learning. They
No,
might
they're
be
not.
picking up a little nugget here and there.
No.
They're eating bowls of cereal. They're
Yeah.
running all over the place. They're hitting their brother.
Yeah.
How are you going to
You
learn?
can't. And that's why I said, how many times will they shut it down? Will they shut it down again because this happened? Seriously, seriously. Well, I mean, it's not making any sense. It just seems like it's just making things a little more difficult, really. So I just hope that kids get a chance to really get back to learning and stop this back and forth mess because they're not really getting anything.
They're not.
They're not. And just like you said, they're not really learning anything virtually, not for real. Because, other teachers have complained about this on TV too. So I know you're a teacher yourself,
The
You
teachers
know.
are saying
You
it,
know.
but nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. So,
And I don't understand what that's all about. Really, I don't. I'm sure there are a lot of politics involved in it, but to say that I know what it is, I don't. But yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so on that note, Janine, our topic for today is breastfeeding.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so statistics and doctors say that it's always better for the mother to breastfeed because breast milk is so much better for the baby. They don't get it prevents diseases and all kinds of stuff. It prevents from them getting sick and getting colds and a whole array of things.
There's a closeness.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In that bonding time.
There is a closeness. There most definitely is a closeness.
Real closeness.
There's a closeness.
Why do I feel that we're going to disagree on this?
Well, listen, I don't disagree with breastfeeding at all. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm like, listen, and it is the best kind of milk. Cause listen, we have a built-in milk machine, girl. Okay, you ain't gotta go to the store or buy no Similac, no other kind of milk, and nothing like that. And I'm serious. I think it's beautiful. For me, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
And that's the only reason. No, I have nothing against breastfeeding. I think it's, I really do. I think it's cool too. I really do because like I said, you can skip all the other stuff and just breastfeed your baby. But when I was, trying to, it's really painful, and not for me. For me, it wasn't just the fact that it felt like a fire burning inside or whatever, But it was like my insides were kind of, you know what I'm saying, right? Being pulled together or whatever. And I know, and I read too that that's what your body is doing. It's the breastfeeding is really bringing the mother's body back together and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's longer, but I couldn't do it seriously. I tried. I guess maybe I done it for about maybe I'm not gonna last for 2 weeks. No, maybe a week off and on. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. It's just too much. It's just too painful. And it really was, cause when I say you have pain everywhere, I don't have mentioned the parts, but you have pain everywhere. Your private parts, all kinds of parts. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, whoa, is this the breastfeeding all about? I mean, look, I know about the bonding with the baby, but at that moment, I wasn't thinking about no bonding. I was thinking about, ouch, this really hurts.
I
I'm like, whoa.
Same thing, so I know I can make a connection
Yeah.
with what you're saying.
Yeah.
However, I took a different approach, and maybe you weren't aware of this at the time.
Okay.
But there is an organization called the La Leche League.
Oh.
And they help breastfeeding mothers. And I called and said that I was in such pain. And there was somebody there. I said, I'm ready to give up.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, no, you're not. And they started to help guide me through the steps in getting through the painful part. And they said that at the beginning, your body is not tightened up enough. It's not used to the teeth and all that are trying to extract the milk. And so I was calling them every day, but because of having that support, I was able to make it through to the point where it wasn't painful anymore. and then you could sit down and relax. But I would say to the audience, if anybody really wants to get in touch with the La Leche League.
La Leche League. They still
they're still
operating
in
now.
force, yes, they
Okay.
are. And it was a great support. And I
Listen.
ran into the person that counseled me
Uh-huh.
probably 5 years later. She recognized my voice.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
my name.
Wow.
She said I never remember, but she said I knew that voice because my voice is lower.
Yeah, it is
it's
different.
deeper.
Yeah.
But I think the advantages that I found from it were that I felt close to my children. It was a time when I could sit down and rock them and relax and talk to them, and you weren't busy scurrying around doing 50 other things.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful,
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
I was able to do. But I can see your
Yeah.
point too. If you don't have the support,
Yeah.
you're hanging out there.
You know, and
literally.
and
Sorry.
and it wasn't that I didn't feel, you know, I felt disconnected. No, not at all. I
No,
never
right.
felt disconnected from my children, although they all was bottle fed, you know. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I just and then I was reading where the mother should baby feed up until 2 years old. I said, you know what, 2 years old.
That's
Wow.
a little older for me.
They said 2 years
It
old. I
would
said, what? 2 years old? For real.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's a little old. Well, I mean,
It's
I
a
don't
matter
know.
of preference.
Well, that's true.
You know,
It is a
some
matter of
people
preference.
would
Well, that's
say
the
that
truth.
I would do it that long and it wouldn't bother
Well,
me
it
at all.
is. It's a matter of preference, and this is true. Yeah. Well, it wasn't mine. You know, for real. And I'm like, wow, 2 years old. Man, that's
Yeah,
the time to
that's
be
not
taking
a
them off the
baby
bus.
anymore.
No, it's not a baby.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That's
yeah.
our story and
But
we're sticking to it.
it's I just couldn't do it. But you know, for those who for the mothers who could, I think it's a beautiful thing if you could. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
And then we could get into the discretion of breastfeeding. Where and when and how and what does it look like? I've seen women that have no problem standing out in a crowd and uncovered and doing their thing.
yeah,
For me, I mean, there was discretion with it, and you'd find a corner out of the way
yeah,
because I don't think
Yeah.
you should subject everybody to that. It should. There again,
I understand.
it's your, it's your
understand.
choice. But
Yeah.
I wanted to be more.
For me, I would go to the ladies' room or
Ladies'
whatever.
there you go.
That's what I would do.
There you go.
You know, I
And
can't talk
have
for
a
everybody,
blanket.
but because that's private for me. I just can't whip it out. Oh, here you go. So, no, but Janine, you funny.
No, I agree with you.
No, okay. So, Janine, I guess we're down to our pearls of wisdom.
And the words of wisdom for today. Everything you do is based on the choices you make. It's not your parents, your past relationships, your job, the economy, the weather, an argument that you've had with somebody that is to blame. You and only you are responsible for every decision and choice you make. Period. Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want to have a different life, you need to make a different choice. Period.
It's all the choices that we make, people. You heard it from Miss Janine Bookwalter. And it's true. It's all the choices that we make.
In my younger years, my choices weren't so good. In my latter days, my choices are better, and I am sorry that it took me so long. I mean, I can't turn back time.
Right,
But
right.
had I made better choices in my younger years, my life would be at a different place right now. And sometimes I reminisce and I just think, what would I have changed? There are quite a few things I would have changed. But I'm not in a bad place now.
Yeah,
But I think I could have accomplished more
okay.
as far as schooling and maybe getting into business for myself. And
yeah. Yeah.
What regrets do you have about maybe some choices you made in your younger years?
Boy. Wow, Janine.
Or maybe you don't have. Maybe you don't have any.
You know what? I tell you, there's a lot that I went through, coming up and in the younger years, and I won't say that I regret them. I just say I think maybe it was a learning experience. I think I want to do it that way. Um,
I've heard people say that everything he touches turns to gold. That's a saying that.
mhm,
But looking back, hindsight's better.
mhm.
No, they
Yeah.
made some good decisions
Yeah.
for their life. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's not that they didn't have to work hard
Right.
or that they didn't.
Mhm.
They made quality
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So-
there's been times when I look back and say, "Damn, did I do that? Oh my goodness, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
You know,
Me
but
too.
it all boils down to living and learning, and the mistakes that we make. Hopefully, we all learn from them while we're coming up. Some of us do, some of us don't. You know.
And that brings up, that segues on your last topic. Who is the stinker of the week?
You
it
know
does,
what?
because it's talking about choices.
Exactly. So you know what? I'm making a stinker of the week. Those kids who go to school and in these school, okay, go there to start fights. Go there to bring a gun and start shooting. Bring a knife. What are you doing? Bringing a knife to school? Getting stabbed in school? Listen, those are my stinkers of the week, because all it does is tell me is that you come to school with the mindset of causing trouble. You come to school with a mindset of not wanting to do the right thing. You come to school with a mindset of saying, I'm going to disrupt the day's school, okay?
It's like a screw you attitude.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are my stinkers of the week. And take that. Take it. Because listen, things are so different these days, to tell you the truth. And most of them I would like to say most of them others. I really would. But like I said, things have really changed. It used to be most of them others, but it goes with the generation, the younger and younger and younger. Okay, a lot of them are still, just hanging out, and doing all kinds of things, and the kids see it, and they're doing the same exact thing. If you're not setting a good example, if you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and they see it, they're going to see it, and they're going to say, oh, well, she's doing it, and it must be all right. They're not going to think it's wrong, But I just hope that these kids get themselves together, get the mindset of wanting to learn, get the mindset of wanting to go through high school and come out. Hopefully, now, I won't say that college is for everybody, because it's not. I know it wasn't for me,
Right.
But
Just
it doesn't
further
make.
training.
But it's just yeah.
I agree with that.
You
well,
know?
Nadine, it's sad time.
It's that time, isn't it, Janine?
It is. We could blah, blah, blah
It's-
some more, but it's that time.
And it is time for us to go. But thank you so much for joining in to Shooting the Breeze.
With Nadine and Janine.
Hopefully,
And-
returning. Yes.
Next week's topic is, does merit pay for teachers? Have merit. Think about it.
All right, people.
Goodbye.
Bye.